Alright guys, welcome to episode 11 of Men of Steel with me, Big F Jeffers. How's it going? Welcome to just a really calm, relaxed, a really zen place. We're really fucking zen at the Coach and Horses ground at the minute because we're out of the relegation spots. We're 5 points clear with 3 games to go. And everything's looking pretty peachy. We do have 3 games left to play, but 2 of them against fairly shit opposition, so we're looking alright. Barring some kind of miraculous run from Workington or Stourbridge, we should be safe within the next 1 or 2 games. So yeah, it's not going to be a frantic finish, it's not going to be scrapping to stay out the relegation spots. I think it's just going to be a really nice video. And isn't that what like all 3 or 4 of you tune in for? Eh? Here's the squad then. I don't think I've got anything really to tell you about. Phil Lewis went somewhere else and we got him straight back. He's a keeper who came through our youth academy. I've not really talked about him much. He does have the potential to be better than Baldrick, but at the minute he's untried. I might give him a try within the next season or so. So Phil Lewis, we re-signed him from Newark Pagnell 4 days after he left us. We've also lost Scott Hale, another youth player. Not really arsed at all. Good look at Harrogate Railway. So yeah, that's the only news. There's been bids for Steve Woolley, Jordan Bull, Jack Broadhead and Ollie Ryan. But, you know, if they leave, it's not the end of the world. Jordan Bull has been shocking. His stats last season really misled me into thinking he was going to be a good capture. He has been fucking awful for us. He scored 1 goal in 14, mostly from the bench, admittedly. Nearly all from the bench, but still nowhere near good enough. Ollie Ryan, exactly the same. He's been exactly the same as Jordan Bull. They've both been shocking. Jack Broadhead's been alright, but not great. Not really bothered if he goes. Steve Woolley's been good and I'd like to keep him, but he is 33. It's not the end of the world if he goes. We can, I think we'll be able to replace him fairly easily. Let's secure ourselves a spot in this division, shall we? I'm so relaxed. It makes a real difference just being 5 points clear of that relegation zone. I was dreading going back down. I didn't want to start from square one with all my best players leaving and that. Luckily, it doesn't look like we'll have to do that. I mean, I'm saying all this. What if we lose all 3 games and we slip into one of the bottom spots? It's not worth thinking about. Here we go then. Sheffield's way form has been sketchy, but we should record a win. Yeah, so we're predicted to beat Grantham, who are 15th. We're playing the 4-1-2-3 counter-attacking. Just because that's what we've been doing. That's what's got us out of this slump. In fact, I've not showed you the run of games that's got us here. Let's have a look. So, last time we talked was this match against Blythe, where we lost 1-0. Since then, we beat Farsley 2-0. Thomas and Clifton with the goals. Lost to Gainsborough pretty one-sidedly, although 2 goals in the last 12 minutes. So, we then beat bottom of the table Buxton 2-0. Clifton and Qualter with the goals. Qualter's first goal for Sheffield, that. Very proud of him. And then, this came a bit out of the blue, we played Micklover, who I think were 10th, 9th or 10th. Danny Clifton scored 5 goals. Danny Clifton is on fire. And Mickleover's defence was terrified. So that finished 6-3, that was an awesome game. Workington, we beat Workington. That was a really big game actually, because we were in 20th, 2 points clear of Workington in 21st. So we really needed that win and we beat them 2-0. And then just recently we lost to Matlock 1-0. But Matlock are a pretty good side. I think they're definitely in the top half of the table. Yeah, they're 8th. So they're doing alright. Not too bothered about that one because we're already 5 points clear of the relegation zone. So diving back into this match, yeah, let's say we owe Grantham. Why not? Because there is a chance they'll get too relaxed. I don't want that. I can't see Workington getting any more than sort of 2 points out of these last 3 games, so we should already be safe. Or we could be safe this episode. Oh, and Gary Thomas has somehow spooned it over the bar. Them kind of finishes always make me think of Nwankwo Kanu. I don't know how you pronounce his first name, but...
Southgate down, Contra again, wriggling, Horsfield, onside, off Cardo! How did that stay out?
And he was literally about half a yard out on the goal line, and he somehow put the ball over the top. So that's what I always think of when I see them goals now. West scored. Oh, there was a good chance for East, and now bloody West's made it 1-0 for them. But never mind, you know, because we're very zen. Mentioned that. Do you know what? I'm so zen and relaxed this episode that I'm even going to congratulate Mr. West. Good job pulling away from your marker and bamboozling our keeper at the front post by shooting towards it, which caught him pretty off guard. Here comes our highlight though. Oh, maybe it's not. No skin off my nose if it's not. That's fine. That's just fine. It's Leroy Jennings. This is going to get annoying, isn't it? Gary Thomas on the left wing. Cross it in towards East. Oh, he scored. Alex East makes it 1-1. But if he hadn't of, that would have been fine too. Whichever way these guys want to do it, I'm easy. So, I'm actually on level points with 19th. I've not actually looked up the table even one place. I was just looking below us at who can catch us up. But yeah, we might actually go 19th if we can record a win. I mean, what would a Zen Francis Jeffers say to these players? I think Zen's going to have to be the title of the video. Zen of Steel. That's what it's going to be. Fucking Zen of Steel. Where everyone just plays without pressure. And everyone seems relaxed. You know what? That would have been fucking perfect if someone had just patched in that players could just seem pretty zen. You just seemed chilled the fuck out by that team talk. Beautiful. Just go do your own thing, guys. They don't even have to play 90 minutes if they don't want. We'll clock off after about 65, 70. Barcelos gets the corner and Qualter heads it away. Here comes Long to Barcelos. What was a good cross to the far post, and Dalton's there. What a goal. Great finish. Christian Dalton. I'll actually give him a cheeky scout before I forget. There's 13 goals for a young regen like that. Is not bad at all. Look at this, great ball to Barcelos, beautiful pass to the far post. Qualter just taking it easy, and it's 2-1. And hey, that's great. I love that about Grantham, that they invite us into their home and then they just beat us all over the place. That's cool. That's nice. Hey, here's Alex East. Danny Clifton. Oh, what a goal. What a great goal. Hey Danny, well played, and thanks for staying around past the 70-minute mark when I said you could go home. Thanks to all of you, that was pretty nice. Danny Clifton got it off his marker, swiveled and just booted it into the top corner. There was a bit too much power in the shot for my liking. I prefer a more relaxed, a zen, if you will, strike at goal. But yeah, pretty good. And I will take that result. That's a 2-all. And I'm going to calmly, obviously, say, hey, that was great. And everyone looks delighted. And maybe it's just me. It doesn't say it on air, but they do seem a little more relaxed as well. Hey, Mikulova, the guys we spanked 6-3, they've signed Jack Broadhead on a free transfer. See you later, Jack. You do you. You do what's best for your career. What a great guy. Maybe we'll meet again one day. That'd be nice. See you later, Jack. Have fun. Holy shit, I'm already through the first match. I've not even told you the massive news. Are you ready? You ready? It's only Lee Hendry. Again. We've got him back. Basically what happened is, when I went to offer him a contract originally, I changed the role. I changed that role there to coach, and it came up saying he had no interest whatsoever. So I was like, well, fucked it then, haven't we? We can't hire Lee Hendry back. Turns out when I just set it to coach, put the wage to maximum, and offered him a 50% promotion, 50% promotion wage rise, he was pretty happy to accept it, as you would be. I mean, we're not getting promoted, not this season anyway, but still, yeah, Lee Hendry is back at the club. So we've now got the early 2000s dream team of Franny Jeffers, Ronnie Warwork, Jermaine Genus, and Lee Hendry. So now I've got to figure out a way of getting all 4 Merlin stickers onto my thumbnail. So that'll be fun. Hey, Jordan Bulls rejected Corby. Whatever you want to do, Jordan. Turns out we're actually pretty relaxed about your whole situation of scoring 1 goal in 14 games. It's fine. Doesn't bother us. Does not bother the early 2000s dream team in the slightest. Glad to have you aboard. And Steve Woolley's sticking around, which I am genuinely pleased about. I'm happy we've kept him. He's a really versatile player. Look at this versatility. Good vision, good physical stats even at 33. Good dribbling, penalty taking, technique, passing, crossing, finishing, long shots. He can do everything. Sort of. He can't defend. I do have to stress that. He cannot defend for shit. And before I forget as well, look where this leaves us. We are 6 points clear of Workington. So, a point from either of our last 2 games against Whitby or Ashton will secure us a place in next year's English Northern Premier League Premier Division. And that'd just be fucking great. I can't see us throwing this away now. Workington would need to win each match 10-0? No, that still wouldn't be enough. They'd need to win 12-0. 2 matches, 12-0, and we lose our match. That'd do it for him. Other than that, they are going down. See you later. It is team meeting time. I'm pleased that we've got to within 1 point of safety. Go and give it your all. Oh, they did not like that. Thinking about it, I should have really put more thought into that. I just sort of clicked on the first one that made sense to me. I wasn't expecting that. If Workington do win 2 matches 12-0 now, I'm going to look so fucking silly. Alex East rallies the troops. Of course he does. He's a bloody legend. I'm just going to sort of no comment my way through this press conference. I don't need to put myself under any any more pressure after pissing off my entire squad. Oh, England manager Gareth Southgate has announced his 30-man preliminary squad for the World Cup, the 2018 World Cup. Let's have a look at this England squad. Oh, there are some interesting names in here. Right, so normal. Brendan Galloway. What an effort. Galloway has 3 caps for England. Bloody hell, his loan at West Brom must have been good. It was good, a lot better than real life. And he's come back to Everton and basically just been really solid. In my experience, since he's come onto the scene, teams tend to play him at centre-back. But he's pretty versatile, he can do a job in both those positions. Oh, and he's wanted by Arsenal and Man City. Go on, Brendan. Worth nearly 20 million. Very pleased with Brendan Galloway. So we've got the usual rabble, and Michael Keane has made it into the squad. Good lad. Ross Barkley, Callum Chambers. Interesting. Has he been playing for Arsenal? He has a little bit, yeah. 12 appearances this season. He's not done bad. Jay Rodriguez. Jay Rodriguez is in the England squad. Fantastic. I really hope this happens in real life. I was gutted for him when he was... When was it now? It was before the World Cup in 2014, wasn't it? He got injured, I think like 6 months. Was it in the January before the 2014 World Cup? And I was just so gutted for him. It looked like it was finally coming together. He was getting called up for England. I remember he was on fire in the Premier League. He was on fire for Southampton. Yeah, he missed that whole season afterwards. Bloody hell. He was on fire for Southampton. And he looked like a dead cert to get into the World Cup squad. And it just didn't happen. But I would love for this to happen in real life. 4 years 4 years down the line, he is back in the World Cup squad. Well, presumably. He might still get cut for the final draft of the squad, but hopefully not. So there are some more familiar faces, and then two interesting ones down here. Saido Berahino has been appalling, actually. So he's he had a shocking year for West Brom, but I have a sneaky feeling they might have played him on the right of midfield. That tends to happen in FM17 quite a lot. He then started the season at West Brom and then moved to Everton, scoring 3 in 18. Okay, well, Gareth Southgate has seen something in those stats to encourage him to pick him up to the national squad. Troy Deeney needs no introduction. Excellent goal scorer. I think he's now, in real life at the minute, there's this whole problem around Wayne Rooney that the fans have all lost faith in him. I like Wayne Rooney. I've always liked Wayne Rooney because I am an Everton fan, a former Everton superstar. And you know, he's an Everton lad. He came through Man U for £20 million. Think about that in today's standards. For £20 million, they got someone who is probably going to be their highest ever scorer, and they got England's highest ever scorer. For £20 million, they've got at this point, what, 12 years out of him? 11, 12 years? And they're just ready to throw him aside. I think it's pretty disgusting. But, having said that, I think if Rooney were to be dropped from the national squad, I would want Troy Deeney in there. He is everything that Rooney probably has tried to be over the last couple of seasons, apart from a centre mid. He's a leader. He's a great team player. He's a target man. He can score goals. He can get assists. So I really like that he has made it into the England squad. That's excellent. And now that I've said that, actually, I'm noticing that Wayne Rooney isn't actually in this England squad. He's played 7 times all season. Still on a pretty hefty wage, and he's still got a year to go on it as well. So that is not going to be a fun year for old Wayne. Since the start of the save, Rooney's played 16 league games. Phew. I tell you what, how good would that be? Like, I'm not kidding myself. By time we get anywhere near the level that Wayne Rooney might join us, he will be long retired. But how good would it be? Jeffers and Rooney teaming up again. Like in that one England game, that one time, do you remember, when we lost to Australia? Sven got absolutely fucking hammered for it. Yes, that'd be great, but I got majorly sidetracked by that. Whitby. So here it is. This might be the match where we secure our position in this league. Whitby are 18th, so they're just above us, 5 points above us. So they'll probably finish above us as well. That's fair enough. So it's pretty much just who's going to be 19th and who's going to be 20th now. That was unfrickly. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I do want to make us mathematically safe. So I've put a full strength team out. It is the same one that played in the last match, but just realised I've actually forgotten to do it. I am putting them to the standard formation because that's what we've been doing. That's what's got us out of this slump. We've been playing the 4-1-2-3 counter-attacking away from home and the 4-1-2-3 standard at home. And it's worked a bloody treat. It's been fantastic. So here we go. Potential last match that means anything of the season at home against Whitby. Well, it's been an exciting opening 23 minutes. Fuck all has happened. But you know what? If it stays like this, we secure our place in the table. Sure. Ronnie Warwick, the fucking mentalist, he's telling me to go and avenge ourselves for something I've forgotten. I'm assuming we lost to them at the start of the season. Let's go and do that. Oh shit, I shouldn't have put the idea of revenge in their minds. I'm supposed to be being zen. Alright. I am zen. That was just a momentary lapse. Completely calm, completely focused, and just kind of zen. Do you know what I mean? Here comes Alex East. What a ball that is for Thomas. Jesus, what a goal. Gary Thomas. I tell you what, I'm going to send Gary Thomas on loan for the first half of next season, because he does not give a shit until the flowers start blooming and the baby lambs start being born. When it gets to sort of April, March, April, he starts turning up. He does fuck all throughout the season until then, and that's not a very admirable trait. I appreciate, when he does show up at the end of the year. It's very good to have that little boost to, in last season's case, get us into the playoffs and win the playoffs, and this season's case, keep us in the division. But I'd rather have someone on the left wing who's going to perform consistently, if I'm being honest. But here come Whitby. Oh, it's a foul by Williamson. It was a looping ball into the penalty area. Connor Williamson, who, to be honest, is not in great form, but we've been getting results with this centre-back partnership. So I've been keeping him in there despite the fact that he's not really been playing that well. Here comes Laidler to hit the penalty. Oh, good penalty. Looked like it was a top corner. Fair enough. As I say, pretty calm, pretty zen. It was not in the top corner in any way, shape or form. But it doesn't matter. At the minute, we are still staying up. Parker with another looping ball into the penalty area. I'm not a big fan of that. How are we doing stats wise? It's pretty even. I'm going to tell him to retain possession. And Alex East has a shot a long way wide. But you're not in the team to shoot. He's in the team to galvanise the other players. He's the brave heart of this group. Imagine this, but just this half of the face is blue. That's the true Alex East. That's his final form. The fuck? In fact, do you know what we're going to do? I think we're going to do this in the next match as well when we're mathematically safe. We're going to play the players who I might get rid of, just so they can give me a chance to change my mind. Towie, there we go. We're safe. We are mathematically safe after what's been, I'll be honest with you, a very, very stressful season in terms of footy manager. It's, oh my god, there have been points in this season where I've thought, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get relegated. I'm going to have to start all over again. I'm going to lose all my best players, and I won't have the pull to get other players in to replace them. So I might be pretty fucked, but nope, we have survived in this league, and that is good enough for me. Hey, and I tell you what, I remember saying at one point, I will take a very, very nasty season and a 20th place finish. At the minute we're doing one better than that, but wherever we finish, I am pleased and I'm proud of that. That's fantastic. Bit of sad news here. We've let Ollie Ryan go to Newport Pagnell. Ollie Ryan, the 32-year-old striker, pretty much towards the end of last season was single-handedly firing us to promotion. He then picked up a serious injury, came back this year, and just had completely lost it. So at the age of 32, he moves on to Newport Pagnell. I've got mixed feelings about this, because obviously he's not been great this season. Well, he's been awful this season when he's played, but he did play a major part. He was the only one scoring goals last season, and that, to a large extent, was the reason that we went up. So, yeah, good luck to Ollie Ryan. Maybe we'll see him again someday as a coach. I'd like to get him back in to share his stories with all the young youth players coming in. About that time he scored a magnificent chip over the keeper in a playoff semi-final. That was a beautiful goal. Here we go. Brandon Potts hits it over the top for Ollie Ryan. Ollie Ryan tries the chip. Ollie Ryan's done it. Ollie Ryan, is he lobbed the keeper from 20 odd yards? Ryan took it down with 2 touches and just lobbed it over the keeper into the net. Ollie Ryan, you cocky little shit, but you brilliant bastard. Here we go then, so last match of the season, last match of the second season of Men of Steel, or Zen of Steel. And we're going with a lot of very unfit players, you'll notice. We've recalled Luke Ainscough from his loan where he didn't do so great. This was in, bearing in mind this is in the division below, but he was playing for the bottom of the table team, so his stats are going to get dragged down a bit by just the fact that they probably lost every game he was there. But he played 19 times and averaged 6.55. To be honest, when he first came in, I thought he was going to be like one of our star players. He's not really done enough to dislodge Potts and Jennings from the first team. Ainscough has got his last chance with us today. He's going to play as a holding man, as a deep line playmaker. Across the back then we've got Philly Lewis and the News, who is the lad that we re-signed off Newport Pagnell, the guys who've just signed Ollie Ryan. So Phil Lewis will start at goalkeeper. Let's see what he can do. You remember Chris Jones? Chris Jones, who played a few matches towards the end of last season. He's 16 years old now. He's got a bit more experience than he did last year. Excited to see how he does. The centre-back partnership will be Chris Davies, who is a youth academy product. Very, very good stats. I probably could have given him a chance earlier on in the season, but I just never did. I never put enough faith into him, and I think that's something I'm going to actively try and do next season, is to put more faith into these youth players, because I signed a bunch of experienced players last summer. Didn't really work. The likes of, Qualter, Ball, Wedderburn, Jake Turner even. It just didn't really work. So we've got some good kids coming through. I'm going to try and give them more of a chance next season. Chris Davies starts with Roger Faraday, who slightly less impressive, but he is one of the centre-backs. He's been there from the start of the save. He was randomly generated. He's now 18. Fairly decent stats. Marking and heading and positioning aren't great, but yeah, he's got very good mental stats, good tackling, and very good physical stats if you don't take into account the natural fitness. Ben Sampaio, I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep him this season because he's such a versatile player across the back and he's really useful just to have in the squad. But I could be tempted to let him go, so I want to give him a chance to impress me today. He is going to be an attacking wing back, and he's going to be overlapping Antonio Wedderburn, one of the players we signed last season, who's done absolutely nothing. I know I've not given him much of a chance, but he has done fuck all in the chances I have given him. So he may well be on his way out this summer. Our central midfield partnership, both youth players, both just brought up from the under-18 squad. Sean Blundell, who's an attacking playmaker, usually plays cam, but I am training him to play centre midfield. He's a very skillful player, can take a free kick, good technique, and decent pace as well. So let's see what he can do for us. Just to balance that central midfield partnership is Marcus Smith, who is primarily a central defender, but he can also be a ball winner. So that's what he's going to do today. He's going to be the bulldog in midfield who wins the ball back and lays it off to Sean Blundell to try and do something magic. Ben Partridge. You know what? Ben Partridge has been in the under-23s all season, and every time I see his name pop up, I get slightly sad, because in the very first episode, he was the right winger who I thought was going to start. And he did start a fair few games in the first season. He played in 18 games. He had a couple of injuries as well. But then Alex East came through and he was just so much better. To be honest, I think Ben Partridge is on his way out this summer, but if he does well today, then maybe he'll give me something to think about. But in these 2 seasons, he has had one match where I thought, wow, that was insane. He scored a brace. I forget who it was against, but it was a really good turnaround. And finally up front, another failed transfer from last season. I talked about him before. These stats are incredible. He's moved up 1 division. Nowhere near. And it's a real shame because attribute-wise, he is very good for our level. He's very, very good, very well-rounded. But he's just been shocking. And the annoying thing is, I kept giving him chances in the first team, Well, off the bench. Because he kept scoring for the under-23s. But, you know, with Clifton scoring in the first team, I couldn't justify giving the one starting spot to Jordan Ball. So yeah, he's playing for his future as well. So that is my starting 11. Taking a bit of time to talk you through all of them. But here we go. We're playing Ashton United, who are probably going to beat us. I won't lie to you. It's just a nothing match. This means absolutely nothing. We're either going to finish 19th or 20th, which is fine by me. So it's just a chance for each of these players in their own way to impress me. Let's see how they get on. Here comes Griffin. That's a good ball in. Faraday gets it away. Here's Carr to Beeston. I think is he from Donny? Oh, Gaskell takes it well. He lays it back to Warrington. Oh, Warrington scored 3 minutes in. And I'll tell you what, guys. Wow. Okay, hold the fucking phone because we're having a look at Luke Warrington. Is it just me, or what is happening with his afro? Why is some of it going like across his ear, but his ears still poke it? You can just see a tiny hint of earlobe. And it also seems like it just needs rotating a bit clockwise because it's coming down further this side than that side. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've not got an afro. I don't know if I had an afro, if I would be able to control it. So I'm not having a go at Luke Warrington, but that's pretty poor in terms of afros. What the fuck? Right. Moving on. So we're losing 1-0 after 3 minutes. I'm going to go defensive because I think we might get hammered otherwise. It doesn't really matter, but I'd rather not watch this team of children and rejects just get pummeled into the ground. That'd be quite depressing for me. Oh, and Jordan Ball's won the ball. And has he kept it? He has kept it, and that's the end of the highlight. I was excited for Jordan Ball there. It's nodded on. Bartlett. Volley was blocked. I'm going to just have a look at Alfie Beeson. I think he's from Doncaster Rovers. He is. He's on loan. And he would come this far down the leagues. I might have a look at him next season because he's... I know him. I've watched him play. He's a pretty decent cam, I think, for this level anyway. Okay, it's another highlight that starts with some Ashton possession. So pessimism is creeping in again. But Davies gets in the way. Chris Davies. And we've given it away. Carr to Warrington. To Carr. Good block. Beeston plays it over the top for De Groot. He's given it away, and now Jones just hammers it back to them. I feel like I need to make a change to retain possession. Yeah, I'm just going to get it done with now. I know they're probably going to score anyway. There's Gaskell's goal. But, yeah. If we have the ball, they cannot score. That's the Johan Cruyff philosophy. I think it I think it applies now. We just need to keep the ball for 58 minutes. Don't let them have it. And we walk away with a 2-0 loss, which I will take with this team. I mean, on one hand, I think this is the sensible thing to do. Go defensive, retain possession, just try and get through the match. But on the other hand, I kind of just want to see what they can do. That's what this match is all about, isn't it? We are at home as well. You know what, fuck it. I know they might get absolutely annihilated, but we're going control. We're going control, flexible, retain possession. I'm going to get rid of that deep defensive line. I'm going to calmly say to them, unlucky, relaxed and motivated, zen, in other words. So, another highlight starting with some Ashton possession. How is this going to go? That's a lovely ball in by Griffin. Bagley heads it, but Lewis is there to make the save. He's actually been the best player so far. I'll tell you what, his attributes probably rival Baldrick's as well. Let's just have a quick... Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Baldrick is nearly twice as good as Lewis when handling the ball. Other than that, Lewis has got him all over the place. Lewis has got way better reflexes than Baldrick. There's definitely something to think about. I think I might send one of them out on loan. Because yeah, I'd very much like them both playing football next season. Saying that, I also do want to sign a replacement goalkeeper, so it might be that neither of them are the starting goalkeeper next season. Here comes Warrington though. Ellams off the bar. Faraday gets it away. Here they come again. Carr with a good ball for Ellams. Ellams cuts inside, gets it to Bagley. Now Carr in all sorts of space. Oh, it's off the bar. Ellams has scored. That's 3-0. Well, you know what they say. Attack is the best form of defence. Just go for it. Just absolutely go for it. And in fact, don't worry about retaining possession. Oh, shit. I weren't even talking. That was right at the start of the highlight. Warrington with it looked like a decent free kick. It was very close to Phil Lewis. I think it was right over his head. In off the bar. Fair enough. It was pretty central, but I think Phil Lewis sort of fucked up on that one. That's where the handling of Baldrick might have come in more handy. Worryingly, Ben Sampaio was the worst player in the team. No one got below a 6 apart from him. But then I did have him in an odd and unfamiliar position. I had him playing left back as an attacking wing back, and it didn't really work out. I've just done that without even fucking thinking. I've aggressively said that wasn't good enough, there's no excuses. I guess that's true, but I didn't want to be that harsh on him. I wanted to be more zen. So a resounding Ashton win that moves us down to 20th, but I don't really care. It's been a good season as far as I'm concerned. We've finished above the relegation places, and we've just blooded a few youngsters as well. Possibly not in the right way, not in a great way, but it might be a wake-up call to a couple of them. This is what the English Northern Premier League Premier Division is all about. You've got to learn to take defeat on the chin, especially when you're playing for Sheffield. No fucking way. Sheffield have been randomly chosen over Frickley after both teams finished on 51 points with the same record. Awesome. So if teams finish on the same points total, it gets selected randomly who finishes on top. Okay, sweet. So we finished 19th anyway, so that last match meant even less than I thought. Right, let's just have a quick look through these then. Leroy Jennings was the player of the season. That's not surprising. Brandon Potts was second, with Michael Towie third. Yeah, that midfield triangle this season has been, for the majority of the time, it has been absolutely brilliant. So, very happy for all three of them. Goal of the season, Ollie Ryan versus Farsley. Former Sheffield striker Ollie Ryan on the 7th of October. Let's take a peek. So, Potts came forward with the ball, gave it to East, who chipped it to Ryan, and that is a lovely finish. Just smashed it into the top right hand corner. And yeah, a fair winner of goal of the season, I would say. Signing of the season was Phil Lewis. Fair enough. He played for Newport Pagnell once and did very well, and we signed him a few days later for free. And young player of the season was Leroy Jennings. Top goal scorer, the sensational Danny Clifton. To be honest, I don't know how he didn't get in this top 3 player of the season, but never mind. Danny Clifton got top goal scorer 25. Leroy Jennings got the highest average rating with 7.19. He also got the most assists with 15. Best pass completion, the work in progress Jason Pope. I'll be expecting him to play a lot more at CDM next season as Towie starts to show his age, presumably. Most player of the match awards, Leroy Jennings. Terrific season again for him. Most yellow cards, Michael Towie, and most red cards, Jason Pope, which, to be fair, were in his first 3 games. He didn't get one since. Right, and I'm going to say to them in the end of season team meeting, I reckon we can avoid relegation again. We've got what it takes to stay up, boys. Come on. Unanimously, that was fucking fantastic. That is exactly the reaction I'm looking for. Steve Woolley, put a smile on your face. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it for today, guys. I've got a feeling that when I edit this all down, it's going to be longer than my usual videos, but I hope you've enjoyed it. That is the end of the second season. We've finished 19th out of 24, clear of relegation by 7 points in the end, so not as close as it seemed like it would be towards the end of the season. So it's going to be another long summer where I'm just trawling through the stats and the attributes. I've got slightly better scouts now, so maybe we'll be able to actually scout some players and see what they're like before we bring them in. But I really hope you've enjoyed the season. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have, and leave me a comment as well. I'd love to have some constructive feedback of you to see what we can do to make next season even better. Which of the young players in the last match, if any, did you like the look of? Obviously I'm talking attributes wise, because performance wise they were all just shocking as we slumped to a 4-0 defeat. But yeah, so leave us a comment and let me know what you think. And make sure you go and check out Freddie Adu's video series where he's taken over Arsenal, also on the Wasted Talent channel. But yeah, other than that, I will see you next season, guys. Looking forward to it. Bye.